say at the conclusion of our preseason schedule that we're not quite as far along as I'd hoped. We need to improve quickly as we head into conference play. The disappointments have been our defensive run stopping, third down efficiency, and then also offensively our, I would say, inconsistency in the throw game and also inconsistency on third down. Those have been the things that have plagued us, and so that'll have to get better fast as we get ready to get into the meat of our schedule against a very, very difficult Pac-12 conference. That being said, I do think there's reason for optimism. I still believe that we have the necessary personnel on defense to play effectively. We're going to work hard on tackling and work hard on making sure that we're where we're supposed to be. Oftentimes, as you look at the tape, our mistakes are that we're trying to do more than the defense calls for us to do. Coming out of coverage because you want to make a play that really isn't your play. And the discipline of our eyes has to increase. So we'll look forward to improving there and hopefully playing a great defensive game against Oregon State. And then offensively, we're going to make sure that our third down package is such that we're going to get the great precision in it, not only from a protection standpoint, but also from a route running standpoint. And then the quarterback has to make the appropriate choice and throw the ball accurately. It's not any one thing that's wrong. It's the inconsistencies that lie there. So we'll keep working so that we can get up to being a 45 to 50% third down efficiency team, which is the hallmark of all the teams that are playing at the end of the year. So I want to make it clear that there's absolutely zero give up in our program. There's zero in the way of panic. We're going to go back to work and look forward to doing so tomorrow, and eager to get conference play underway in Corvallis, Oregon. Questions?
So you're going to work hard on tackling, and then you're going to go live this week?
We'll wait and see exactly how we do it, whether it's in drill work or our actual. The problem with going live tackling is you put your team at risk. And while we certainly understand the need to do it in actual fashion, lots of bodies around may not necessarily be the right recipe. So we'll continue to talk about that.
When you're at Colorado and Washington, did you go live more so than you do now, or
No.
No.
Live is something you do during training camp, and it's something you do during spring ball. You don't often go live during the course of seasons. I know some teams do it and live to tell about it, but that's not been something that I've done in my career. And most guys that I talk to don't do it very often. You watch the NFL, they don't even wear pads, a great portion of their practices. And the reasons are, they don't have as many roster guys. They can't afford to have guys hurt in practice.
Do you feel more comfortable having named a quarterback at the beginning of the week? You don't have that?
The quarterback thing is I said all along, I wanted one to separate himself, and look forward to the day when we would have one. And Richard's got that opportunity now as the starter to keep it, and hopefully he'll play well enough that he can maintain the role. Kevin's going to keep battling and keep working, and I know he'll be ready. He's a very, very bright guy, and struggled in the first quarter. That doesn't mean I'm giving up on him, but it's Richard's job right now. We'll see how he does. I'm excited for him.
Where is something that you're noticing?
We're going to keep working Brett as we have. The disappointment with Brett is that, we lost so much of the reps in fall camp, where you really have the luxury of reps, as you're not preparing for any particular game. You get lots of reps, and going back to the earlier question, lots of live reps and things of that thing. Where you, but Brett certainly brings something to the table that's intriguing, which is why he was so highly recruited, and why so many believe that he's got a fantastic future, me included. So we're going to continue to work with him. I told him I want his attention, and I want his dedication to the preparation process to enhance. And that isn't because he hasn't been great up to date, but I want him to be preparing as if he were to play. And then we'll see where he is as we get later in the week and see if there's a place for him in the game plan.
How far away do you think he is?
Well, there's still some things that happen in the course of practice that can tell you that he didn't know that he would have been hot on that guy, or he didn't know that was the protection required here. And that's not a knock on him. Most kids his age don't. I've unfortunately played guys since I've been here that weren't ready with everything that goes on. To try and remember what to do, what your footwork is, and all the different things that go on to any particular assignment on any particular play. To manage a game at the same time and to remember, protections and who you're hot on, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot, and not to mention your footwork to throw accurately. So it's a complicated job, but I'm pleased with his progress, and we'll just wait and see exactly where he is as we get to the end of every week. And I'm also mindful, I don't want to squander a year if we're not going to invest. And he's not worth the investment because of where his maturity is with respect to the offense. If we want to be prudent there.
As you prepare to start conference play, how do you retrain your mindset to kind of forget about the poor start that you're getting?
I don't think forget's the right word. I think you always talk, and the goals of the program are always to try to win a championship. And you can't win a championship in preseason, in the non-conference games. But we certainly don't forget the games. We don't forget, the mistakes that were made and how to correct them. You take from those games everything you can, and then emotionally invest heavily as you get forward to look forward to conference play.
Rick, are you expecting an answer on the waiver for Brandon Willis anytime soon?
I'll have to check where the documentation is. I know we were waiting as late as recent as last week. We were still waiting on some documentation from North Carolina. And so once that's all assembled, then it'll go, and then I don't know what the timetable is.
Okay, so it hasn't been sent to the NCAA yet?
I can check that for you, Tracy, and I'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay.
But I don't know that sitting here today. Okay. I know last week we were waiting on documentation.
What are some of your options at cornerback, or will Andrew be available? Do you know?
Well, we hope. That's option A, that Andrew will be available. We're fortunate that Andrew isn't as serious as it might have been. I should probably the way to say that. He has every reason to recover quickly. Whether it's by this weekend or not, we'll wait and see. But that's our hope, and that's A. Jamie Graham should participate in practice tomorrow. We'll wait and see what his condition is and his ability. Much like Jeff Baca, we don't know how much, but his role would be in an emergency situation anyway, even if he were to play. And then we'll have to look and see what other solutions we have as we continue to try to figure that problem out.
That include moving guys?
It's possible. Probably, somebody that's currently playing safety. Never know. I mean, we've got a couple guys in mind, but I don't need to name their names until we've had a chance to talk to them.
It's possible that Kevin wasn't 100%, seeing as how he had to get those X-rays and things at halftime. It's possible. Now, he told me he felt very good. He looked sharp in pregame.